What's up, y'all? It's Musicians Force Podcast. I'm Mikey. That's Brandon Hugh behind the camera, and it's I don't know.
We're like 22 or something.
23,
episode.
Yeah.
22,
Something like
23. We have
We're
been
old
enjoying
hats
our
at this
YouTube
now.
journey.
Yeah.
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 This has been interesting.
It's like 60 episodes in dog years.
Well, we have gone up like 100 subscribers in the past. Well, since we've started doing this,
That's pretty crazy.
we jumped 100 just from doing the podcast.
All right.
So yeah, we're trying to get to 500. So subscribe, and that would be dope.
It'll be 100 airs.
And I'd give you a high five in
Yeah.
public.
Well,
Mhm.
I know this is very popular with the fathers. I know that at least my father-in-law is usually one of the first people to watch it, and I know my dad's watching it, not necessarily live, but he's watching it usually the same week. So, hello, dads. Thanks for watching.
I like to picture him using old timey language, talking about the young pups. Like, look at these rapscallions.
While they splash on some Old Spice.
Yeah, look at these rapscallions sitting around
It wasn't Old Spice.
talking shop.
My dad had Brute.
Oh, yeah, I remember Brute.
My dad was a.
I'd love the smell of Brute.
Oh damn it! What was it? Preferred stock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that was a preferred stock.
My dad was Gray Flannel, and my stepdad was Eternity. He was an Eternity guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was a Jovan Musk.
And we were all, I mean, I don't know, in the 90s, especially.
I like this is all like Kmart colognes, like the gift boxes you get at Christmas
Yeah.
time.
Did you ever
with the
use,
soaps
how
and
about
the-
Lucky brand cologne?
No, I didn't have Lucky Brand money.
I liked Lucky. And
Lucky Brand was like $60 cologne.
no, hell no.
It wasn't?
No,
I
not
thought
Lucky.
everything in the buckle was over $60.
I liked Lucky. I also, in high school, I liked, what was the green one? Alpine? Owl something? I don't know. I like that. But also in the 90s, fucking Polo. Everybody had Polo.
That's all my friends.
Yeah,
were
Polo
wearing
was
Polo.
big.
Yeah.
I had Acquadigio. That was one of my big ones, the Giorgio Armani. And now my buddy Ronnie sells like colognes and stuff like that. So
Like the fake
I
stuff?
stay stocked up on the
Oh, yeah.
designer imposters.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So anytime he gets new shit, I'm like, bring over some samples.
I got a
Let me smell
cologne.
them up.
I got a cologne called 1956 Original that I got actually when we were on the road.
And it smells like cigarettes.
Maybe. But
The
like
Korean
we were,
War.
Well, when we went to Old Rock House and saw Monophonics.
Yeah.
And we stopped at fucking TJ Maxx or
Burlington.
Burlington. And
Oh,
they had
shout out Burlington.
Yeah.
If Burlington wants to sponsor this podcast, I'd be so happy.
Dude, I bought that
Oh, man.
1956 original there because it was pretty affordable and I needed cologne and I was out. And that was a few years ago. And now I've been buying it ever since online. You can't
Dude.
find it anywhere.
Burlington, man. If you ever need like a Scarface t-shirt or a dress shirt that one of the buttons falls
Or
off the
anything
first time you
bedazzled.
wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
big-
size 16 shoes.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Affliction t-shirts that are actually
Affliction.
Affliction t-shirts, but they're misspelled. So they go to that store instead of the real store. If you like a fiction, then
Or-
you go to
or a
fucking
biography.
Burlington. Yeah. Or a fiction or a non-fiction.
Yeah.
Go to Burlington. Did you see we got our first like age adjustment
What?
on one of our reels?
What happened?
We got age restricted. They're like, nothing else you need to do on your channel, but this clip is age restricted now.
For which one?
I don't know. It said fuck a lot in the title.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
fucking
about right.
Inferno, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That and another something
Was
else.
it a podcast?
That was a reel.
But real from the podcast.
Yeah, a
That's-
real
oh,
clip
that's-
from
yeah.
one of the podcasts.
Good,
so
good,
yeah,
good.
people will sign in and have to prove they're over 18 to see
Awesome.
that one.
Awesome.
Hell
Awesome.
yeah.
That's the goal.
Well,
Hayfield After Dark.
oh God, I can tell you about that too. Okay.
With
I know
fucking,
you
too many damn
fucking
seconds.
can't.
Was,
I wasn't awake.
who was the chick that did After Dark on TV? You know what I'm talking about?
I remember Up All Night.
Yeah,
That was
it's like fucking TBS or CBC or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Up all night with what was her goddamn name?
Penelope Titty Ball.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
So, I just got segued from the segue, and now I'm abandoning the first segue to tell you about this one. So, Up All Night.
I'm looking it up.
I went to Catholic school. You know this, and
You know the Pope.
all male Catholic school, and so
There's so many young raging boners just with nothing to do. They're just like, I don't know. I'm so frustrated.
who am I? Why am I feeling this way? And so I always found a way to weasel my way into doing a video project instead of having to write
Yeah.
something. So one of the nice things about doing a video project for school is there are no metrics for that shit.
Right.
So, like, teachers have a very specific, like, pedagogy where you, like, this is how I grade and I can track how you're learning and all that stuff. No, not when you do a video project. You can just, as long as you make someone laugh, you're probably going to get an A.
Yeah.
And
that's dope.
my goof ass was all about that.
I mean, it ain't like you didn't learn nothing. I never heard the word pedagogy.
Well, there you go.
Me either.
I learned that.
You learned that because of a film.
No, I learned that because I work at a college now, and I know that the study of teaching is called pedagogy.
Really?
Yes, and because...
What's it called? Pedagogy?
Pedagogy. Because originally, before Reggie Redbird was the mascot, they used to call the Illinois... Because it used to be Illinois State Normal University, and it was a teaching school. It was just a school to train teachers.
Pedagogy is learning about teaching.
Yes. And so it was the Fighting
like
Pedagogues.
A snake eating its own tail?
The Fighting Pedagogues?
Yeah. And
that
so...
that sounds dirty,
biblical.
dude.
Last year... We did
an
an April Fool's thing for Illinois State where we said that we were scrapping Reggie Redbird and going back to our roots, and we were going to have the Fighting Pedagogues, and it was a guy in like the mortar. It looked like the Fighting Irish, but he was wearing the fucking tassel hat.
The fucking Pope
and
hat.
Shit. Yeah. Anyway, I had to do a video project on the Americans with Disabilities Act. So I was just like, oh yeah, I can do that. So we did all these goofy sketches where, like, I had a friend put his arms in his shirt so it looked like he didn't have arms, and he's like trying to clean with like a little dustpan, and he gets fired. And it's just like, that's not allowed or whatever. So we just did some sketches to show, like, we basically were like, let's do some really funny discrimination to show how you're not supposed to discriminate against disabled people. And that was my project. And it actually went over pretty well. But I didn't have editing software at this time. This was back when you're shooting on mini DV and you had to just kind of stop and then start the next scene and stop the recording. Like my camera had where you could have it fade out or fade in or do like a star wipe or something, but there was no editing. It was just like film the first scene, film the second scene. So we filmed it. I played it back. I was like, this is funny as hell. And I'm like, there's plenty of tape left. And I'm like, all right, if I wait about 30 seconds, I can have this tape fade back up. That way because there's a Q&A after the presentation. So
I've heard this before.
So I was just like, I'm gonna wait 30 seconds after my presentation. So I had a black light in my room. I was a little moody high schooler, so I had a black light and all these posters and stuff. And I had a beret because why not? And
yeah, because you were one of the guardian angels.
Yeah. And you wanted to be painted like a French girl.
I was even in high school, I was a big, hairy motherfucker. And so I give this presentation to my class. Everyone's clapping, and now I'm like, does anybody have any questions? And as I'm taking questions...
They were clapping for you?
I mean, just like the polite clapping that you have.
Golf clap, okay.
Like you do.
Golf clap.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, good presentation, Hugh. And so they're like, to get class engagement, you have to ask questions. So people are like, so now what about this? And I'm, describing. And then all of a sudden, the play button that I hit on my keyboard at home was like, and it fades up behind me on the screen while I'm giving my
music.
Q&A.
Yeah.
And it fades up to my bedroom in all black light, and I sit up into the frame. I'm in a bathrobe open with my hairy chest out in a beret, and I'm like, hi, everybody. Welcome to Up Late with Hugh. Tonight we're going to talk to some sexy guests and get it. And the teacher's like, what the fuck is this? And I was like,
but a lot more people had questions for you.
Watch. He's about to play it off like it didn't.
Yeah, I was just no. I was just like, hold on. And I kept like fumbling.
I know this
like,
motherfucker.
Shut this shit off. And I'm like, I can't get it. And so finally he like unplugs the TV and he's like, God damn it, Sullivan, what was that? And I'm like, I don't know.
And dude, they unplugged it just in time, right when you wanted them to.
Yep. Because there was nothing else.
Yeah.
But everyone in the school was like, what the fuck was that?
What happened? What happened next?
I don't want to talk about it. I can't talk about it.
Oh, God. That's genius.
And then 9/11 happened.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Rhonda
that
Shear.
Kind of ruins a lot
USA of Up All Night with Rhonda Shear.
Yeah, Rhonda Shear.
And then after that, who hosted after that? Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, my God.
Up all night.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a third host, but I can't remember who that one was.
What did Elvira host?
Oh God! I thought it was her at first for USA Up All
Yeah,
Night.
but she did like mostly horror movies,
yeah,
right?
and she hosted. Hold on, let's see.
Spooky Saturday.
Elvira.
Dude, when I was a kid and we were learning about fucking Rome or Greece or one of them, I always read Persephone as Persephone.
Okay.
I couldn't fucking pronounce it the right way when I was a kid for some reason.
There was
Probably. I lived under power lines.
There was a U.S. president who wanted to change the English language to the way things are spelled instead of like, the English language is fucked up.
Yeah, it's all cobbled together.
Shoppy.
Everybody knows in the world that our language is fucked, but like, I can't remember.
We're a mutt language.
Yeah, there's so much stuff where you're like, oh, here's the suffix from this, so this word must mean that. And you're like, oh wait, that's not a Greek suffix,
right?
That's a Germanic
Latin
suffix.
Yeah,
that's completely different. Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
But again, like,
yeah, it was Teddy Roosevelt. He wanted to change shit like the way he wanted things like if it's spelled this way, that's how you fucking say it and that's how you write it.
Yeah,
so like
Water Malone.
It'd be nice to consolidate.
Yeah.
But they did that survey a while back. It was not that long ago, but they were doing a survey of people that do you think Arabic numerals should be taught in school?
Oh yeah.
And there was like overwhelmingly no.
Yeah.
Like Arabic numerals is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the regular fucking numerals that we've always used. And they're like, it says Arabic. No, it's bad.
Oh, yeah.
Get rid of them.
It's not my fault you're dumb.
Teddy Roosevelt wanted like if the word road would be R-O-D. Road.
R-O-D?
Yeah.
But see, that's like
road.
But that's rod.
No, it's rod to us, but like to him it's R-O-D.
So what do you call a rod?
How would he spell rod?
I don't know, but like that's how that's as simple as it was for him. Because I looked at
what you're saying is this president was dumb.
Yes.
And he was trying to make his dumbness law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad that never came around.
And that's
again.
why it didn't work. Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny that
glad we're not experiencing that again anytime soon.
There was actually the first time that I read about this, there was a list of some of the words and it was fucking laughable.
Yeah.
Well, now I need to see it.
Yeah.
So just put in Franklin Roosevelt's a dumbass or Teddy Roosevelt.
Both of them, fuck them.
Google him and they'll be like, you ought to see these fucking words. You think he's dumb? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Rod.
Hell yeah.
Road.
Well, that's like the fucking Gallagher bit. If you know what I'm talking about, where he's like,
smashing a watermelon.
Watermelon.
Never mind. I don't have the energy to even get into it.
Malay.
When he goes through American English and he's like, no, this spells this. No, it just spells that.
Yeah, I do remember some of that.
Yeah, it's very fucking
really well written.
Very well written. Yeah.
Did you go see him at the Civic Center?
I saw him at the Lincoln. I saw him at the Lincoln Theater.
Did you really?
A long time ago.
That was his brother. You didn't even see the real Gallagher.
And actually,
it's not fucking with it yet.
Hey, to be honest,
probably don't want to be jumping rope with the mic.
I had
sorry.
I had somebody had given me front row tickets.
A cat with a ball of yarn
to Gallagher in the late '90s at the Lincoln Theater.
Wow.
Somebody, it was actually Skip Houston, the late Skip Houston, gave me tickets to Gallagher front row, and then another friend of mine told me you don't want to be in the front row with this guy.
Did you not know at the time?
I really didn't. No.
Wow.
And so I went to the show.
That's amazing.
I went to the show and I sat in the mezzanine. And sure enough.
Did you regret not being in the front?
No, I didn't want to be smashed with all the things.
Man, you got to bring the tarp.
Everybody had water,
goggles and shit on.
And like rain suits and shit on. And there was plastic everywhere. And so, yeah, I didn't want to be.
We're fucking weird, dude.
I didn't want to be in all that.
People paying top dollar to get hit with smashed melons.
It was a fun show, though.
Yeah. But we're entertained by that. That makes us very strange.
I also saw, do you guys remember? Sorry.
3 Doors Down.
It wasn't them.
Hinder.
They had a song called
Touch Me Where I Pee.
Big Wreck. That was a band.
Oh, yeah, the band Big Wreck.
You remember them?
Yeah.
They played at the fucking Lincoln Theater in like late 90s, like early.
I had one of their CDs and I don't remember ever listening to it.
They were fucking awesome, dude.
Who are they? Is it
Big Wreck? They had a song called The Oath that you might know.
But like a a national band,
Yeah.
not like a
Yeah,
local
they're
thing.
big in the 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
Huh.
late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
like
about the time Train came out.
Post grunge type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I fucked that whole Train deal up, it was right around that
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Do you want to get into
beefed
that?
one.
No.
I think that would be an
Did
interesting.
we already do that? I thought we already talked
we didn't
about
talk
that.
about your train incident.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't
haven't
talk
done
about
that?
you fucking it up with Train.
No.
So anyway, I was waiting on a train.
Yeah.
No, so all right. Yeah, so in the 90s I played in a band around this area. And we traveled all over the place. I mean, not all over the place, but through the Midwest. We did college towns and shit, like, so Illinois and like Kentucky and anywhere around here.
Carbondale was a big stop for
big
you, right?
SIU. SIU was a huge fucking party town, and we used to play down there a lot. We did, all the college town stuff around this when I was in my 20s. And so anyway, a local promoter, I just said his name, Skip Houston, actually. He did a lot of shows at the local theaters, the Lincoln and the Avon and other places too. But anyway, back then, he would call and be like, "Hey man, we're putting on a big thing at one of the theaters, and do you want to be involved?" And a lot of times, hell yeah. And so we played a lot of the local theaters a lot, and it was fun. But he called me. Here's the other thing. I got to put the other side on this. Skip, God rest his soul, but sometimes he would have an idea or something, and it would be something you don't really want to do. You know what I mean? I love the guy, but like, sometimes we're not doing that. So sometimes Skip would call you and you'd be like, I think we're gonna pass on that, So I don't know. It was late 90s. He calls me, and Marvin, my band, Crazy Marvin, was pretty busy at the time. We were doing a lot of shit. And Skip calls and he says, "Hey, I got this band that's coming in. They're going to play at the Avon Theater, middle of summer, whatever. We want you guys to come open for them if you want to. Also, they're looking for a band to be direct support for some of their other dates in the Midwest for a couple of months." Okay. And so
something that Hayfield would kill to have right now.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
we do it in a heartbeat. Actually, something that Crazy Marvin would have killed to be part of. But he said, he goes, so he tells me all about it, and I was like, "Well, who is it? Who's the band?" And he goes, "Well, they're new," and he said they're Train. They're called Train, and I was like, Skip, listen, man, like we're recording right now. Like we're doing some shit down at Carbondale, and we're doing a lot. We're in the studio, we're recording. And I said to him, I said, I don't want to open up for some garage band called Train right now.
To be fair, this was before like
Couldn't look it up on your
internet was
phone.
big and you could look them up on your phone and shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody had that. There was no YouTube. There was
No social media at all.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, I hate to say this, but cell phones were pretty new.
Yeah.
Really, at the time. I mean,
you hadn't heard Drops of Jupiter yet.
Cell
Right.
cell
You didn't
phones for
know.
the masses were pretty new at the time.
They were
Anyway,
in your hair.
don't get me wrong. Everybody had a cell phone, but like the whole thing was new, And so I was like, and he said Train, and I was like, never heard of these guys, and I immediately thought this was a kind of regional garage band,
Thomas the Tank Engine tribute.
and so because it was Skip, and I know the guy, I've been in his house, like I know him,
Yeah.
and I know that half the deals that he comes up with are something that was just
Not appealing to you.
big idea, but
You heard Train and you were like, that sounds like some.
yeah. So anyway, our singer, Brian, he was in Indiana. His girlfriend lived in Indiana. That's where he was at the time. He was over there visiting for the weekend. And I didn't think anything more of it, And then like the next morning, Brian called me because on the weekends we would call and talk about band business and kind of like line things out. We would book shows together or whatever. So he actually called me from his cell phone on the way home from Indiana, coming back to our town. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I got this, I got that. What do you got?" And I said, "Well, Skip called, and he's wanting us to play at the Avon, and he had this band. He said that was doing some dates in the Midwest, and they wanted us to open." And I told him, I was like, "Man, I'm not sure. I don't think we're gonna do that." So I told Egg, I said, "Brian, some band called Train," and Brian goes, "Who?" And I said, "Some band called Train." He goes, "Train? Like free train?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, call me free.
Yeah.
He's singing it on the phone. And I was like, and right there, my
You
heart.
knew the song?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it was huge.
Oh,
My heart just went right down into my feet, dude.
no.
He goes, he's singing it, and because that was their first big single.
I didn't realize that.
And I said, I go, so free, the song Free, like, what do you talk, like the one that's on the radio, Free? He goes, yeah, that band's called Train, dude. They're called Train. That's the name of the band, is Train. And I said, just Train? Like Train, Train? Yes, that's what they're called. Free, the one on the radio, the one on MTV. And I'm like, oh
no.
fuck.
Oh,
Really?
no.
I said, dude, I didn't know the name of the band. I know that song. I know that song very well. In fact, I loved that song.
Yeah.
Love the song.
Great song.
That was one of the best
Yeah.
songs I'd heard in a while at that time. I loved it. But I didn't know the name of the band. And they were brand new at the time. And so he was like, dude, you got to call him back. Call him back. And so I was like, all right, I hung up. And I got off and I called Skip. Of course, it goes to the machine and no answer. And dude, when you tell Skip, when you give Skip Houston,
He's on to the next one.
you tell him yes or no, you give him a concise answer, shit's over.
Yep.
He's on to something else. And so anyway, I tried to call him for the next couple of days. Brian came back and we talked about it. I was like, Skip won't call. He's not calling me back. Finally, he did call me back. Skip did, like 2-3 days later on a Tuesday or something. He calls me back and goes, hey, Brandon, hey, how you doing? Yeah, man, I got your messages and everything. Well, actually, it's not going to work out. They're not, they don't need that. They figured out the opener for their Midwest thing. And actually, it was kind of on a hairline thing anyway for the Avon, and they're not even coming to town now. And I was like, they were coming to the Avon to play, and we fucked that up.
You could have packed that fucking place.
I fucked that up, and then because of that whole deal, they found somebody else to open the whole tour.
Well, I'm sorry, Egg, but I'm glad that happened because you guys may have blown up, and then Brandon wouldn't have been in this band, and then I would just still be
or Chris.
my ass. Yeah. So
yeah, we did have an opportunity to tour with Train for at least a couple months, way back in the 90s.
Damn.
And I totally fucked that. So.
Well, this has been Musicians Force Podcast. Hugh behind the camera. I'm Mikey. That's Brandon. Subscribe to the Harlem Hayfield YouTube page. We're pushing for 500. And like, comment, share that shit out.
All that shit.
All them shits. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Peace.